thoughts on the portal? Well, I know that's been a game changer over the last handful of years and will continue to be until the NCAA figures out a different or better system.
We see Kyla Hansen going to the free throw. Oh, they didn't call a shooting foul.
No, looks like that was on the floor. We do have Jerry Uger reffing this game tonight, former Detroit Tiger back in the early 80s. He's been a referee around these parts for a better part of 2 decades or more.
Ellie Chiswick with the nice hang time and finish.
Now in for Minnesota is Paige Evans. She is a Proctor alum, or will be. And that Proctor team, Don, you probably we were so impressed with the Proctor girls team this year. Very well coached. They just were really good, and in terms of like running their offense, they played a really good defense. They're fundamentally sound.
Let's face it, they had a year that teams hope to have. Right at the end isn't quite what they hoped at the very end, but it was a great season, good program on the rise. Well,
and they lose to Crosby Ironton to go to state, right? Not a bad loss. So
that was a howitzer right there. That was about a 22-footer.
And I believe who scored that one?
That was Gabriella Fine.
That was Fine Day that's starting to light up the scoreboard already. She's got 7. She wants to take claim of the player of the game honors.
17-5 is your score. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Good look inside. Kisses off the glass for 2. And that was Isabella Anderson. We haven't talked much about her. Cromwell Wright, 5'9" senior.
Another girl that played in the state tournament in Minnesota this year.
Isabella Anderson.
Yes. Of course, they beat MIB to make it to state.
So steal by Paige Evans, and good look up the court. And there's going to be a foul going to the rack.
Minnesota has come out really strong, gentlemen. 19-5 is your score. And they're looking like they were with their coach for about a month to get ready for this ball game. They're just everything's working for them.
It's always interesting how these teams and players are going to come out and play this game. Is it going to be business as usual? Or are you going to treat it like an NBA All-Star game where it's just fly by the seat of your pants and start launching shots? So you never know what you're going to get.
We see Duluth East finest Maggie Weinstedt knocking down the first of a free throw.
Yes. She's been a solid player for the Greyhounds for a number of years. And a thorn in the Superior Spartan side because, as we call all their games, she's been a good one. That second free throw is up and good.
Good form and follow-through on those free throws.
So the Wisconsin girls have some work to do, as you mentioned, Don. 21-5 is the score. Right to the rack, and count it.
That was a nice move right
Strong move.
Left wing down the right side of the lane and got foul going up and made the basket.
Carly Boris from Regis High School. Of course, that's Eau Claire Regis. So we've got several different Eau Claire products here.
We do. 3 different ones, in fact. Eau Claire Regis being the private school of the bunch.
Foul's going to be on number 12. That would be Maggie Weinstedt.
And we'll see if she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. It goes back rim, no good.
Next at ball, we'll briefly mention all of our great sponsors without whom this would not be possible on the iFan Sports Network. And this our 20th year. Coach Mulhern, 20 years. Do you believe that? We were better looking 20 years ago. Well, you were.
I had a lot more hair back then, I know that.
I was going to say, I didn't recognize you when I saw you last year.
Remember that first game, Connie Urbanski, one of UW Superior's finest, one of the best players, young ladies I've ever met, played in that game. We were able to do that. What fun that was.
One of the best players, but how about one of the best people ever?
I didn't get out of my mouth the way I meant to, but yes.
Incredible human being. She's coaching down in Edgar, is she not?
Well, actually, no. She's got 3 little girls. Her husband coaches at Purdue.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
he was a tight end in the NFL.
And you're going to have to tell at some point the story about bumping into her uncle that you didn't know. We'll talk about that at some point. Kind of a great small town story.
Yeah, it really is. And that's another thing that these young kids will never forget. And the people that they met, and one day, 10 years from now, they might be in a mall, at the mega mall, and see one of these players. I mean, that's what sports is all about. It exposes them to so many different things, great things.
There's Lily Smith out of Proctor, kicks it back out top of the key. drive to the lane, and she's going to get fouled. That looks like that was
It'll be Brooklyn Burt with the foul from Tori Orline.
correct.
Yeah, that was a foul. She got her good.
I'd like to say this about Tori Orline. Tori Orline is an amazing scorer, but the beauty of her game is she's so much more than that. Has so many assists, so many rebounds, and the University of Minnesota, I'm just looking forward to this young lady, still playing at Crosby, obviously, but then getting down there and just one of these people that's going to shine in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, that's really cool when you can keep your products like her at home. And she's and you're right, I think she's one of those double-double or even triple-double machines.
A walking triple-double.
Yeah. Going to let it fly from the far side, and it's
Catch
nothing.
and release. Did that look good or what? As soon as she let it go. Wow.
And that was
Carly Borst.
Carly Borst.
Pardon me and my excitement. I spoke over you two guys.
They tried to match it, doesn't get it to go, and it's going to be Wisconsin coming away with it. We would love to hear from you, Don. We haven't mentioned that yet, but we might as well mention that. We'd love to hear from you. We love to hear shout-outs on our main screen on our homepage. There's a spot where you can tell us where you're watching from and who you might be cheering on tonight at this game. And I know that Don would love to give his number out and hear from you as well. And he'll mention your name on air.
715-817-5196. I'll give it again. Get a crayon. That's what I always use. Write it on the wall. 715-817-5196. Give us a shout out. I'm at the Cameron contingent. They were right below us or above us down on the main floor. And they were wonderful people till they heard that I went to Northwestern. Then I think they booed me. That's why we're up here in the balcony now. Who made that last basket?
Maya Takas.
Yeah, it's Maya Takas. Really strong move to the rim. Little turnaround jumper, and it counts.
And one.
I think they're going to get an and one here. It should count, and it looks like she will go to the line here to try to complete the three-point play.
So who made that previous basket, I'm sorry, at the other end?
For Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I did not catch that.
Was it Carly Borst, number 11? Well,
Carly Borst made that three.
She made
the nice-looking three that we talked about.
Yeah, I got that. I don't know. Okay, and this young lady was
Reagan Judeman. She gets the old-fashioned three-point play, and that is all for the first quarter, 27-10 after the first quarter.
So, Ryan, do we have ads to run or no? We do? Let's run one. We'll be right back in 30 seconds on the iFan Sports Network. We're back, 28-10 after one. I'm Don Layton, along with Coach Don Mulhern of St. Kate's in the city, his former coach at UW Superior, 11-year coach. Steve Kidd, my close personal friend. I always say he's a good kid. And Ryan's here today on tech. Thank you, Ryan. Craig Morrissey had to go home and get a soundboard. We were at half court. Now we're up in the balcony, and my nose is bleeding.
Good patience there. And a drive to the rim. That was Wineset, and it's going to go off of her, and then it'll be Wisconsin ball.
Yeah, Coach Mulhern, 28-10. I know this is an all-star game. You want to get everybody in, which you have to do. But what do you tell your team when you're down by 18 points after 10 minutes?
Well, the Don Layton theory of if you see the rim and have the ball, shoot the ball. That's what you don't.
You can't win if you don't score.
That's exactly what Don Layton said years ago and says today.
and you can't score if you don't shoot. Thank you, Coach.
Nice drive.
Did you validate my opinion?
I did some invalidation of a validation there.
Okay.
Good block there by Brooklyn Burt. We haven't talked about her yet. 5'11", product out of Menominee High School.
Very good program there. They had a new coach this year. Last year they had one of the better teams in the state of Wisconsin. Very active post.
Menominee always turns out good teams,
good
boys
seal.
and girls.
What a good seal inside. And that was number 32,
Mercedes Lawrence.
Mercedes Lawrence out of South Ridge.
That was a great move. She used her body well, and the pass was perfect, too. It had to be perfect, and it was.
There's O'Keefe, kicks it inside. Little twist and turn off the glass, count it. Acrobatic for number 40, Raina Welsh.
That is so Raina. The footwork, the step through. Lakeem Olajuwon would be proud of
Yeah, right.
That was a beautiful
The dream
move.
shake.
The dream shake. And that is her game. I mean, it's right spot, footwork, patience.
Little nickel dimer foul there.
And, of course, the Clare Memorial having a great year this year.
They sure did.
You know, that conference is really loaded. Hudson's always good. Rice Lake, a great team.
Well, we tell people like the Big Rivers Conference is just, it's got to be one of the top conferences in the state of Wisconsin.
Ellie O'Keefe.
Good drive, no good. We noticed O'Keefe, one of her key parts of her game is just her athleticism and speed.
They had great defense to Eau Claire, and at the half, the score I think was 28-8. That's a halftime score, Coach.
Yeah, it was.
We outscored them the rest of the game.
Pretty. There's O'Keefe. Just talked about her.
She's good.
Kisses it off the glass for two. Real patient there, waiting for the defender to go by.
Give Brooklyn Burt effort for the great outlet pass up the court on that. You see now Mercedes and Raina, some physicalness at the post.
Good. You want, even though it's an all-star game, you want to see that.
Absolutely.
Good look inside. Can't get it to go.
Great D. Great D inside. She forced her down to the short corner of the baseline, which is really a tough shot. Look at that pass.
Beautiful by Wisconsin.
You wanted that one to go in simply because it was a great play.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was Brooklyn Burt finishing that off for her first bucket of the contest.
Little crossover move by Gabrielle. Gabrielle getting there from Cass Lake Bena High School. They always have a very good program in northern Minnesota.
They seem to, and Crosby Ironton seems to as well. Like year after year, it doesn't matter. There's no rebuilding there. They just retool.
and when I watch Gabrielle's shot, it's so just fundamentally sound and smooth. So we see for Wisconsin a couple of young ladies coming in. Number 1, Kyla Hansen from Drummond. Number 11, Carly Borst from Regis High School, Eau Claire Regis, we talked about.
Front rim no good on the last free throw.
I jinxed her.
And we get a full timeout.
Oh, what a look.
Oh, nice. When we get a full timeout, I got a special event that this is the first year, the inaugural event that we will see. Look at that. That'll look good from here. But I need about a minute to talk about this Inclusion Revolution. Some special needs kids will be having some basketball on the floor at halftime or between these games.
Good bounce pass there. It was Juneman finishing that up, but it was a good look by Gabrielle Feinday.
Can you imagine what Marshall would have been if Juneman was still there with Chloe Peterson?
That would have been interesting.
Johnson? Look at that.
Pass ahead, Reagan.
Yeah.
And that happened in the state tournament a lot.
Juneman getting to the rim?
With the pass to Torrey.
Sure.
Wow. She's sitting on 8. She runs the floor so well like a gazelle, doesn't she? She's just smooth and quick.
Paige Evans from Proctor attacking. Good. Pardon me, that's not Paige Evans.
Carly
I said that
Borst.
wrong. I apologize, Carly.
Wrong number 11, that's all.
Exactly right. So a gazelle.
Yes.
She does run like that. She's very smooth and just effortless.
First one is clean.
I believe that's 6 points, although I don't see it yet. I'm going by the scoreboard operator.
Well, I don't think they've quite updated the scoreboard yet for her.
Yeah, she's in the game. They don't have her up there. I think she's got 7. Playing very well. 35-18 is your score.
There's
Wisconsin
Westby.
playing a lot better, but look at that shot.
Westby lets it fly and count it.
Of course, Westby's going to University of Minnesota Crookston.
Okay.
They've got a good one.
And Crookston's a Division II school, correct?
Absolutely.
Yep.
NSIC with UMD and many other Bemidji
That's
State.
correct. There's Lily Smith out of Proctor. Whoa, what a feisty. She's just, well, we noticed when we saw her play this year, she just has a motor that doesn't stop.
And she thinks she's 6'2", and
Yeah.
I mean that as a compliment. I
Sure.
want to be clear, is that she just attacks relentlessly.
She does. She has no fear.
None. She did that there, going against the bigs and draws the foul.
She hit, I don't know if you were able to see the replay of this, Tom, but on this same side they're at right now, over on the far corner, kind of hit a runner almost at the buzzer to seal it for Proctor to send them to the section final against Crosby Ironton.
It was a Circus Barnum and Bailey type play with her quickness too. She got the ball and right at the buzzer put it up for the win against Marshall. And they did a great job on Johnson.
They really did. Good unselfish pass. And that's going to be number 33 going to the line. That's Tori Orline, of course.
You know, if you've watched this game so far, this is a compliment. Both teams are passing the ball.
They are.
A lot of times you get all-star games where it becomes 1-on-5, which is not fun to watch. This is give the ball up to somebody else for a better shot.
Yeah, you know, you like to say that. Well, hopefully the boys, sometimes they get a little more selfish, just a little bit.
Guys would never do
No,
that.
right? So we'll see what happens with the boys game later coming up tonight after this one goes final. And
We're going to see a lot of dunk attempts, trust me.
We will see a lot of that and a lot of three-point attempts. Mid-range game will probably be non-existent.
Yep.
Which I still say to this day is kind of you don't see the mid-range game as much. We've seen it with a few players this year have really patented it. We'll talk more about them, but the Denfeld, Marnarius Ferguson probably has the best mid-game around this area. And
that's because he can elevate about 40 inches above any defender. He's fabulous. He's going to be fun to watch tonight.
Will be.
And how about last night in USC?
Oh, jeez. Juju Watkins.
What I watched that, and what a terrible. You feel so bad for Juju Watkins. Maybe the player of the year in the country, for crying out loud, and then she tears her ACL. And
yeah, that was hard to watch.
That was. I mean, I got teared up at home. I got emotional because I know how much it means to play.
Well,
and now she can't, and she was the leader of that team.
Yeah.
We're going to have a full timeout now?
I believe so.
They are. You have
Here we go.
Yeah.
First of all, our great sponsors, please patronize them if you can. If you're listening locally, give them a call. If you're out of town, give them a call and thank them because without them, we couldn't be doing this. Newby Jewelers, we do give the gem of the game after the game. We don't know who that'll be. National Bank of Commerce, 10 locations, Northwest Wisconsin, Northeast Minnesota. Holden Insurance and Erie Insurance Acquire Company. Culver's, flavor of the day today is double strawberry. Have a nice night. We also want to thank Kimmis Oil and Tire, John Jacobson, Benson Electric, Spear Water, Light, and Power. Without them, we'd all be in the dark. Boulder Tap House, Rick Lampton, he's been with us since day one. Used to be Grizzlies, now it's Boulder Tap House, 3400 Tower Avenue. Keyport Restaurant, Mark and Nick Casper. Downs Funeral Home, Jeff Cushman, Al Butterworth. Thank you, guys. Belknap Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the Shardy family since 1944. They've been around. Anderson Hammock Construction, and the only 5-star rated construction company in our area on the internet. So that's a big deal. Exodus Global, Kevin Barine. Helping Hands, Tracy DeMeyer, who just became a grandmother. Superior High School Scholarship Foundation, Michelle Badden, and Manning's Wholesale. Want to thank all of them. Thank you guys so much.
And that's going to send Carly Borst to the line here to shoot a pair. She gets fouled going up.
She's sitting on 7, I believe. No, she's sitting on 9 right now. I missed a point or a basket. Going to be double digits after this free throw because she's a good player.
You called it. Look at that rotation and form in her shot.
Don's been on his game this year. I have to give his credit where credit's due.
Well, after 87 years, we all hit Can't find that 1 year. So
Right.
good for Don.
Well, Don, I don't know.
Well, I didn't say anything, did I? And Coach Mulhern, thank you, Coach. 87, that's 5 years. You gave me 5 years back. Thank you.
Right?
Oh,
boy, that's
was that
Westby.
beautiful.
Westby's feeling it. She shot the ball well from deep, and she's in double. She's
got 12,
almost.
I
She's
think.
got shows her for 8.
Well, that's 8. Well,
I think she's got 2 threes and a
Well,
bucket,
she's going to get to 12 now. Something like that.
or double digits at least. No, she's not. I think she was too close. She needs to shoot from behind the arc. It looks like.
Brandy Madison working the right side. See the defense by Minnesota. They're playing some
Yeah,
D.
they are.
By the way, gentlemen, we have to be made aware. Look at the speed. Look at the speed. We have to be made aware that after the game's over, they do award an MVP, and they come up and ask us what our thoughts were.
They do. Well, at least they have.
Yeah, they have, and they talked to me tonight already, and I said, well, I don't have a daughter playing, but you can give us the award anyway. No, that's what a great deal this is. 17 years they've been doing this, and the work that goes in. Famous Dave's gives the kids free food. Please patronize a famous. Look at that. That looked good.
Just can't get that one to
Please
go.
patronize them if you're able, and if you can attend a border battle, you come up and watch your loved ones. You can come up and watch your high school.
Just watch good basketball with great players in the area, really.
Pass inside from Brandy down low. Oh, that was a nice turnout. Doesn't fall, but good footwork.
Boy,
Look at that baseball pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, just a bullet pass inside and count it. Boy, what a finish there by Reagan Juniman, but the baseball pass, I didn't catch who threw that.
It was Anna Westby.
Anna Westby. Wow.
Juniman has 13.
Another steal, another pass ahead.
Little too much gas on that one.
Here comes some new subs again. Well, Coach, give me some numbers. Who do we got coming in?
It's hard to say. There's no numbers on the front.
Oh, that's
There
true.
we go.
So we've got Isabella Anderson coming in from Cromwell. We've got Maya Talkis coming in, 00. We've got Mercedes Lawrence. That's for the Minnesota group. I don't want to miss the Wisconsin group.
Good job, Coach.
Abby Johnson, Northwestern's finest.
There's a corner 3, rims in and out. And battled for, it's going to stay with Minnesota.
Abby Johnson wears number 32. She's one of the top players in our area, and as is evidenced by being here tonight, good player. And Northwestern has a young lady, I believe.
Abby Johnson.
The sophomore girl who led the state in blocks, or was like in the top 2. She's had some conversation. I met her brother at Walmart. He works there. She's had some conversation with Duke.
Oh, wow.
Because she's about 6'5", and which means her wingspan is about 15 feet, and she's a good player.
She's a very good player, and obviously going to just get better and better as we see Abby Johnson imposing her will, getting to the basket, drawing a foul.
They're going to call that one on the ground, it looks like.
And that's on number 22.
That's Lily Smith.
That was going to be on Lily Smith.
There's Raina getting to the hole.
Can't get it to drop. And, boy, Minnesota, when they get the opportunity, they're just going to push coast to coast. Can't get it to go as Maya Takis. Little pump fake, kick it back out, top of the key.
Coach, where's this game evolved since the mid-'70s when it started?
Oh, boy.
That's a really good question.
Isn't this something what it has evolved into? Now, granted, I was only a young child then. No, I was still 30 in the mid-'70s. But just look at the ability and the talent, and those youth programs really have a lot to do. And you've coached around the world, various teams, Coach, and you're to be commended for that because you're a lifelong basketball junkie. It's really fun to watch.
So as I watch Abby Johnson shooting, you think about your questions. You've got 5'11", 6-foot girls handling the ball, playing point guard.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It is, and it's a good amazing. You know, Abby 30 years ago would have been that just stand the post. Heck, she's attacking, making moves, those sorts of things. Nice inbound.
Yep. wide open, uncontested there was number 11 is Carly Borst. Borst now has 12 in the contest
There's
for
a steal.
Wisconsin, and the team Wisconsin's off to the races. Boy,
Wow.
she gets it to go.
Oh,
I was going to say, tough shot there.
that was Kyla Hansen, I believe. Or am I wrong on that? I want to give credit where it's due.
It was Kyla Hansen.
Yep, from out of Drummond.
Correct. As we are falling into about 30 seconds here remaining before we hit halftime, there's a Lily Smith three-point attempt up and no good.
Good form, though, huh, Coach?
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Hauled in by Northwestern's Abby Johnson.
She's going downhill. I just love how she attacks the basket.
Yep.
And then she got fouled, but did you see what she did? She knew that the person was beyond the arc, and she got it out for the three.
That's Abby.
That is smart.
Of course, Abby's coach, Paul Eberhardt, one of my best friends, one of the good guys in this game of basketball.
Boy, I say.
Yeah, he was at UWS while you were there, I'm assuming.
He was, and he is salt of the earth, has the most wonderful wife, lovely daughters, and loves the game and loves to be a good role model.
Yeah. Boy.
Did they call a three?
They did. And I don't, yeah. That's a
Okay.
little generous, but I'm sure she'll take it.
She was driving in for the layup.
Exactly.
2 out of 3 she hits.
That was
as
interesting.
Meatloaf would say.
2 out of 3
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Pat Flynn would have had that one.
Oh, yeah, he would have. The late, great Pat Flynn.
Good block there.
And, Coach, is there a day that goes by that we don't talk about him still?
No, there's not, and I'd like to, when there's a pause, acknowledge Pat in this All-Star game if we could.
45-27 is our halftime score. We're going to cipher up here, so we're going to run a couple of spots. Give us about 2 minutes. We'll be back. They've got 12 on the shot, or 12 on the halftime. They're going to take a full timeout, it looks like. Okay, so we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Halftime score, Minnesota 45, Wisconsin 27. After they got that 8-point lead, they've kind of maintained it the whole time. But Spear came out kind of cold, and now they're warming up a little bit, so we'll see what happens. We'll be back in a couple. And we're back. 45-27 is the score. Minnesota jumped out early and often, and they had an 18-point lead, which is what they have now. And Don Mulhern and Steve Kidd on the call. I'm just kind of here for my beauty and grace and dignity. Okay, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Coach Mulhern is apoplectic over here.
This is why I love doing this.
How much fun is this, Coach? How much fun have we had since we met?
A lot.
Here we go. Take her away, Steve Kidd.
All right. Well, it's going to be Minnesota with the ball. They're going to be going right to left on your screen. You're going to let it fly from deep. Rims in and out.
Oh, boy, did that look good.
That was Juneman, I believe, on that attempt.
Marshall would have been state champs with her.
Boy,
she was still the closer.
The look of that team would have been really interesting, wouldn't it have been? There's a nice run to the rim.
Raina Welsh with the finish.
Yeah, but with Juneman there, that I'm telling you, that would have been interesting. But, boy, she goes to a team that is state runner-up, so not too shabby.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. That's Westby in the far corner. Kicks it out. There's going to be a three-point attempt.
I think it's a 2.
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
It's only a 2, though, I believe.
How beautiful is that shot? Pass down low to Raina. From Ellie O'Keefe, Eau Claire North to Eau Claire Memorial.
Yeah, and they usually hate each other, don't they?
It's a rivalry.
It sure
but
is.
They know each other well. They played AU ball together and that sort of thing. But Anna Westby.
Yeah, front rim. And now
Abby's off to the races.
Yeah.
A lot of contact there.
Hopefully she's okay. Everyone's all right there. It's the last place you need to get hurt is in an all-star game.
That's a good point. We got a foul that occurred. I think this number 2. So it would be on Anna Westby.
And going to the rim, but getting bottled up there. Kind of a wild shot. Sticking with it, though, or it was Wisconsin.
Good defense by Minnesota there in that scrum. That was helter-skelter basketball.
Yeah, I believe that was Tori Orline.
Look at that pass.
Yeah, just a bullet pass. What a move. And just can't get it to go as Juneman.
She might have been my MVP if she'd have made that one.
Yeah, that was shake and bake for sure.
Wow. Reagan Juneman, 5'9", Crosby Ironton, formerly a Marshall. And did we have a foul there?
No, we had a turnover. We had a travel. You're not going to see too many of those in this game.
Just came up with the new vernacular.
And another back-to-back. I just say that. We have back-to-back travels.
Well, I said, was that a turnover? That would have been a Pillsbury move. Work with me, Coach.
I was going to say, you're really on your game tonight, Don.
The little things in life make life rich.
I just
almost another turnover.
I miss doing these games. Look at that move.
Abby.
Oh, my goodness. She almost had that left-handed scoop.
She did. That was a little bit of a circus shot. Almost got it to go, but nonetheless, she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
And that is her game. Left hand, right hand, getting to the basket, oopsie-doops kind of stuff.
Have you heard any words about her in college basketball?
Well, she's looking.
She's looking. That sounds very mysterious, and I'll leave it to that.
Front rim, back rim, and in.
Catches all parts of it and gets it to go.
The lead is 14, boys and girls. They're catching up a little bit. Got to play that D, though, don't you?
Yes.
It's always about defense, Don. We talk about that all year. Westby, no good. Never put that ball down low. She almost got it taken away from her. There's O'Keefe on the run.
She is so quick off the dribble, too.
Abby Johnson.
Oh! That's assist of the night.
Yeah,
it is.
That was a beauty.
Abby's playing really well.
Yeah.
And there's Juneman back down the court. Did you see that?
Good
answer. I was
answer.
looking at my sheet, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that was Juneman now with 15 points in the contest. I think she leads all scorers.
Steve interviewed Miss O'Keefe after the game against Eau Claire. And she had an interesting comment, Steve, about what's her future look like in basketball.
Well, she didn't know. She didn't have a good answer that she's hoping to play, but she's open to listen to any coaches that'll may be interested in having her.
Yeah,
hint.
She wasn't even sure she was going to play.
Correct. Off the front rim, no good. Abby Johnson's just
She is balling.
She is. She's playing with an edge here.
I was just going to say, use the E word. You bet.
Yeah, I mean, she's treating this one like it's the first round of the playoffs.
Or the state championship
There you
game.
go.
Look at that
Letting it
step
fly
back
from
three.
deep.
Oh, goodness. That was NBA.
Brooklyn passed that to Rain a little bit too long.
Yeah, too much gas on that one. And we got wholesale changes for Team Minnesota.
Boy, give that Wisconsin group credit. They had a lot of energy there, pushing the tempo, attacking the basket.
Yeah, they pecked away a little bit. Now a 16-point advantage for Minnesota. There's Lily Smith running the point out of Proctor. Oh, what a good seal down low.
Isn't that pretty?
Old school high-low basketball, John Wooden would approve.
Yeah, right. Letting it fly from deep, back rim, no good. I'm going to get a nickel dime foul there.
I don't think I've acknowledged the coaches. I apologize. Our Minnesota boys coach, well, you're talking about the boys coaches in the second game. But Wisconsin coaches are Crystal Brodeen. She's from Central Lakes College in Brainerd. And Samantha Doucette, a name that is synonymous with great basketball and athletics, from Somerset. And or Colfax, pardon me, Colfax. And, oh, there you go.
Lily Smith, the little nice mid-range jumper.
And, of course, her dad is a Superior alumni.
Yep.
And UWS Hall of Famer.
A great athlete, great baseball player, great coach. He's in as a basketball Hall of Fame in the state of Wisconsin coaching.
O'Keefe lets it fly, and she draws air on that one.
So thank you to Samantha Doucette for coming up. Met her before the game and said I knew her dad very well, and nice young lady. And Paul McDonald, talked with him. Of course, his dad was the legendary Bob McDonald. Coach, you remember when he spoke at the function at the gymnasium? I had the pleasure and the honor of being the MC that night. We'd still be there if I kept talking. But, boy, what a great man he was, and what a career and what a legacy he left.
Good-looking shot there by Isabella Anderson from Cromwell. It's her second bucket of the game.
Brooklyn Burt with the elbow.
Yeah, nice elbow shot there.
Gonna have a timeout.
Yep, media timeout. I guess that's our cue. What do you got, Don?
There we go. Well, between games, I think, between the boys and the girls games, I was trying to nail down the time. This is the first year they're trying something new. It's a Unified Champion Schools. There's Proctor in particular, I know, has a really good basketball team of kids who are special ed type kids and are having some issues, and so they're having this, and it's Orono is the Unified Champion School, Orono High School, and but tonight they're going to have some kids out there playing basketball that in the past could never play basketball, Coach, and that's just a cool deal for these kids as well. I mean, just look at this picture of these young people, how excited they are to be playing basketball and doing different things that in the old days you couldn't do.
Yeah, you and I and all of us have had so many opportunities to be able to just run and play.
Yep.
And that should be open to everybody, and with all abilities, and hats off to these people that are helping with that.
That's a really cool event. Have a shout out here I want to mention from Dan, Mandy, Cade, Clark, and Mally. Whole crew cheering on number 5 on Team Wisconsin. Let's go, Ellie Shizik. And I think I have that pronounced correct.
Of course, from Elk Mound, Wisconsin.
Are there really any elk there?
No, but there's some mounds.
Well, okay, so that's half true.
50%.
Right on cue with Shizik there with the 3-point attempt.
That was on cue.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. Oh, that was a good attempt right there. Just went awry.
Yeah, good hands there by Shizik. Boy, we mentioned her name, and she starts coming alive here.
Yeah. We call that a delicatessen pass because it went awry.
She was on a great high school team. But
Coach,
I got that. I just didn't know how to respond.
Ooh.
3-point attempt from near corner here, no good. Put right back up and in.
Nice rebound.
Yep, that was number 22, Brooklyn Burt. She's been active this whole contest.
She's got 6.
Lily Smith will give it a try and book it.
How pretty was that?
Lily Smith, I'm telling you, she could be a really good ball player somewhere.
Well, I want her
the next
to go
level.
She's going to a school down in Iowa.
Oh, she is?
Correct.
Okay.
Wow.
Boy, soft touch from long range. And that was number 11, Carly Borst. Wholesale changes once again. 5 in, 5 out is really what Minnesota's been doing.
So let's get now their numbers I can read a little bit better. You guys keep talking. I'll try and grab some numbers. Throw me some numbers, Coach.
Brandy Madison, number 3 out there in the court.
There you go.
Right now is Lexi Kuffel from Cameron. Inside the Burt. Good look, but not quite falling. Jump ball. And, a lot of these girls have played with and against each other in AAU and those sorts of things.
Right.
So there's some familiarity between. Do you like that word, familiarity?
It's good. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. Either playing with or against each other at one level or another. Here's Shizik right here.
Yeah.
Little runner through the lane.
That's her game. She and Lily Smith have a great mid-range pull-up, both of them.
That was sweet, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep, and that's her second bucket of the game.
Quick off the dribble, elevated, put it up and in. The lead is still 17, though. Boy, they're playing I should have kept a running score because I'll bet you at one point the lead was 18 in the first half, and now it's 17, so they're playing pretty even right now. Wisconsin's really stepped up their game, though.
Yeah, they've came out with a little bit more edge this second half for sure. Good hands there, and just about a steal there by number 23 out of Wisconsin. That's Lexi Kuffel. She's out of Cameron. We talked a little bit about her earlier in the contest. She had a big fan section here right below us.
Reagan from downtown.
I thought that was going to bounce in, didn't you?
I thought it was. Brooklyn Burt's got to have about 10 rebounds.
Yeah, she's filled up the stat sheet with boards for sure.
She's a good player. Very good player.
We had not seen the shot clock come into play, and you usually are not going to see it in an All-Star game. Westby with the rejection, and she's on the run.
Did you see that?
The Westby pass was just art.
Stellar.
And
unbelievable
she connects
pass.
With Tori Orline out of Crosby Ironton, but what a pass. Burt let it fly. Back rim no good. And giving Team Wisconsin another opportunity here. Right to the rim, and boy, just put her head down and went hard to the rim was Lexi Kuffel.
Lexi from Cameron, Wisconsin. They had a great year this year.
There's Westby, top of the arc, no good, but put back up and no good. And that third attempt is good by Paige Evans out of Proctor. It's her first bucket of the contest.
So Proctor well represented in this game.
Yeah, they really are. What about Chloe Carlson? I would have expected her to be here. Maybe she wasn't available, something in that effect, but she was definitely quality to play at this game.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be Ellie at the line, and you said Ellie's name about 2 minutes ago, and since you've said her name, she's been there. We need more shout-outs.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
shout-outs must get these young ladies going.
Absolutely.
And if nothing else, the shout-outs get Don Layton going. He will respond.
He will. Yes. Please.
715-817-5196. Give me a shout-out.
Well, Don, I'm looking at your phone right now. It says 371 messages. What are we doing?
Well, I like to read at night.
Well, you got a lot of messages to read.
I'm popular.
You certainly are.
I never get rid of them.
You apparently don't open them either.
No. There's this thing called delete.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's a new function.
Exactly.
Baseline, off the glass, count it. Number 40, Raina Welsh. We've talked about her a lot this game.
I could watch her play all day and all night.
Yeah.
There's the defense.
She's got 12 in the contest now. And there's I believe it was Juneman from the near side corner here, and it was.
Was that for 3?
It was. She's got 18. She went from 15 to 18, and she leads all scorers. And answering that, boy, they get up and down the court faster. We can barely keep track.
The pass ahead.
She's going to have to get it off quick. And they get a foul at the horn, and it's going to.
Yep, they called it.
Yep. She's going to go to the line here to shoot a pair.
So Carla Hansen. We have a Mike Granlund sighting.
Mike Granlund. He's here, he's everywhere.
He is everywhere. I saw Mike down in southern, well, not southern, but south of here, Wisconsin, a couple of weeks ago. Kyla misses the front end of both of those, so the score at the end of the third quarter, 67-48 Minnesota.
So that 17 to 19 point lead continues on, doesn't it?
Carl Morin is here. He's a president of the WIA. He'd be a good guy to talk to. Ask him. Probably don't remember me. I was a UWS baseball.
We're back. 48-67, 67-48 is actually the score.
Okay, so it's good, man.
And nice move in the lane. It's got to be 3 seconds, Coach. But they don't call that in
You're
this.
not going to call that an all-star game.
You're not going to see that.
Isabella Anderson with the finish.
Yeah, she was just grinding in there.
She's sitting on 6 right now.
Here's O'Keefe.
You know, you look at the energy. Look at that. Look at that.
Back rim.
You look at the energy these kids have because they want to win.
They do.
They're
That's
all
the
winners.
Wisconsin thing.
Yep.
Another three-point attempt. No good.
I think we might see a few more threes in this half.
Oh, good look.
Oh.
Kick it back out. Good inside-outside play. And and that's why you get that wide-open look. Lexi Kuffel, I had the wrong number 23, Isabella Anderson. I apologize.
It's her second basket in a row. Raina's going to shoot that.
And no good. And Team Minnesota is on the run once again here. She waited a little too long to get that pass to Wineset.
I wish I'd get the scoreboard updated. That's what. Oh, there we got it now.
O'Keefe with the 3.
And Lily Smith with the rebound. And you know she's going to run. Good look inside, good post up. No good, though, on the opportunity.
Coach, I got to ask you, where's the hook? Where's the Jabbar sky hook?
Yeah, little baby hook.
Where's Mikan when you need him?
Oh.
Right.
He'll come up between games.
Okay.
Pass inside, down low to Raina. Good help side defense by Lily. They're going to call foul, but you can see Lily's anticipation there.
Ooh, they called a foul?
They did call
They
a foul.
did call it.
Wow. Not so sure about that one. Are you, Coach?
Wholesale changes once
I
again.
got to complain about the refs once, you know.
So this is the hockey.
Yeah, the
subbing.
hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, in and out.
See Abby Johnson back in the game. Abby had a great third quarter.
She did.
Kelly
O'Keefe almost got an and one.
She was a young lady possessed. She went one-on-one, a great move behind the back dribble. Got the shot up and drew the foul.
Yeah, and Don, when we had that game earlier, few weeks back in the playoffs. Boy, she must have had, we figured, about 7 or 8 steals that contest.
Yeah. She's just exceptionally quick. Last foul, I believe, was on number 11, Paige Evans.
O'Keefe gets 1 out of 2, and it's going to stay with Team Wisconsin.
O'Keefe's a great shooter, too. She just hasn't really looked for the outside shot, but, boy, she could have got the ball.
I was going to say,
early.
they had her right away.
Boy, they did, didn't they?
Minnesota on the run. Oh, good hesitation move by Juneman. And look at that. That was pretty.
That was nice basket.
My goodness.
Just a little hesitation is all it was.
It's a great example of where it's not always how fast, it's changing speeds.
100%.
Now, Don Layton, for him changing speeds, you got to get going in order to be able to slow down.
That's right.
Boy, rejected by Westby was Johnson, and Westby's off to the races. Oh, bullet pass. That was good teamwork right there.
Wasn't it?
Wow. 3 bang-bang passes.
O'Keefe in the front court looking down low to Reyna. Good low post.
Boy, I tell you, Westby's got 2. Well, she didn't get that one, but she did have the first one clean.
More to control, yeah.
Reyna's so good at early posting up, getting position down low.
She is.
It's just phenomenal.
Although Westby gave her some
Well,
good.
she did.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about as opposed to
Is he
do
coming
your
up?
work early, which means establish position, get there, be there right now, and she does that really well.
Gentlemen, we're going to have a guest before the end of the ball game. Carl Morin, who's the head of the WIAA, the president. He is the superintendent out at Northwestern High School in Maple, my alma mater.
So can we find out from him if you really did graduate? Can we ask that question?
Okay.
I got a lot of questions for him.
Northwestern High School is my alma. I didn't have the
Oh,
mater
right
part.
to
Look
the
at that.
rack. Ellie O'Keefe.
Alma, Alpha, and Omega.
He wasn't there, Coach, when I
Well, we
graduated.
can maybe verify it. Look at some stuff up.
That's going to be number 21. That's Gabrielle Finde with the easy bucket inside. She now has 14.
14, yeah. We're trying to keep track of these scores here. Sometimes, oh, that's got to be
Boy.
a travel.
She just kind of just bulldozes her away, doesn't she, Don?
And there's Reyna.
Wow.
Look up court, and it's going to be
Pass it.
Juneman. Count it.
They pass it ahead so well.
They do.
80-53 is the score. Juneman's got 22.
O'Keefe working on top. Step back.
A little finger on that one, I believe. A little short. She's a good shooter from outside on step back.
There's another 3-point attempt.
Wow.
Count it. Juneman is trying to lock up the player of the game.
I think she
And
probably.
she's got 24.
I think she's probably done that.
We do got a couple of shout-outs I want to get out there. We got Shell, says go Lexi. And my other shout-out we got here is from Lori Gustafson, watching Team Wisconsin and watching number 1, Kyla Hansen out of Drummond. Thanks for the shout-outs, Lori
There you
and
go.
Shell.
Drummond, beautiful area down there. Played a lot of softball down there in Grandview. They called it. God, did they call that Fenway Park? Fin, because it's in Drummond, or was that in Marengo? I'm not sure now. Fenway Park, I think, was in Marengo. Softball back in the 70s and 80s.
Rejected at the rim. And look how they just look up court. That's Team Wisconsin on the run. Johnson can't get the layup to go.
Good hustle, though.
Yeah, back the other direction comes Team Minnesota. Lily Smith used her body well there, and she's going to get fouled and go to the line to shoot a pair.
Coach Mulhern, did you see that high screen at the elbow there? That was pretty good,
I
though.
saw
right?
that screen. And, Lily Smith is one of the players that can get in the air, hang,
She does.
kind of protect and still finish. It's a skill. It's an art, and I don't know if it's a science or not, but it's good.
We're going to
It's
say
definitely a
science.
skill.
We'll give it a science, too. And we're going to have a timeout, I believe, 82-53. Minnesota has not relinquished that lead ever since midway through after the first quarter. And they lead now by 29 points. They played exceptionally well, haven't they, Coach Mulhern?
They have, and we talked about this earlier. They pass the ball really well. They get out and go, let's face it. But, in an all-star game, you want to see the passing, the ball movement, the cutting. You don't want to just see 1-on-5. And, women's basketball has become so good where players can move together, play together, move without the ball. This has been fun to watch.
And the best part of what I've seen tonight, too, most all-star games, you'll find one or two players maybe that really want to shine above everybody else. But they played excellent teamwork, especially Minnesota has. They passed the ball, and let's face it, Juneman has just outraced everybody and got down the floor for some easy buckets. She's a heck of a player.
She has, and she shot the ball well from deep as well. So
yeah, exactly.
Lily Smith will be here at the line. I believe she'll be shooting a pair.
Coach, if I told you I didn't have that kind of quickness, so I never played point guard, would you understand why my coach had me playing inside?
The rumor is you were 6 foot in 6th grade and 6 foot in 12th grade.
That sounds about right.
And now I'm 5'11 and a half.
You're consistent.
We all shrink.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, gravity sucks, trust me. Lily Smith, she's one of my favorite players.
She's fun to watch.
We watched her when they beat Marshall up here. Steve and I were sitting next to each other, and she made she was the difference maker in that game, I think. And just look at the hustle. And she's not that big, but she plays bigger.
She does.
Pass ahead is there.
Yeah, they just streak down court. Lily Smith finishes.
I like that kid. I wouldn't mind starting a team with her.
You and many others.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, you got to line up for that.
Raina.
Boom. Cashes it from deep.
Wow.
Raina Welsh, the Eau Claire Memorial product.
They only gave her 2 on that?
Was she at 14 or 13?
Yeah, she was at 14.
All right, that was a 2-pointer. It looked deep, from deep to me, but
Boy.
Must have been on the line.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I thought that was easily a 3. Well, I'm going to say she got 17. I don't care what they say. 409, the Beach Boys, 1963. She's real fine. My 409. Pat Flynn used to hate her when that came up because I'd sing the song on the internet.
There is Maya Tagus.
Maya's 6th point of the game.
Brainerd High School had a good club as well this year. They went 26-6 on their season.
Went downstate to state. There she is, coast to coast.
Back to back. So Tagus now has 8 points. She just keeps piling them on here as we're under 4 minutes.
See that seal?
I was just going to say.
That's how you draw it up, Coach, right? That's how you draw it up.
That was absolutely textbook.
Clinic.
Well, she's played well. She's got 18 now. She only had 2 at the half, Coach.
Lily Smith now, since she's been out there, she's been putting some points on the board, now has 12.
I just love watching her play.
I do too.
I fell in love with her watching that Marshall game. Oh, there you go. Oh, almost could have had an assist there, but they called a foul.
That's going to be Johnson going to the line to shoot a pair. Northwestern product.
As well as who we're sitting to next year, Northwestern product.
Northwestern
That's
product.
Right. Way back in the day.
What year was it, 27 or 28?
Thank you, Coach. 1969.
Yeah, Babe Ruth was. Did you ever meet Babe Ruth? I mean,
my dad saw him play.
Well, there you go.
And my father-in-law saw him play. Both of them were from Brooklyn.
I have a more relevant question. So why didn't you tell Naismith to take the bottom out of the beach basket a little bit earlier?
I told him right away because we didn't have a ladder. So you had to get on somebody's shoulders and reach in. And we lost 3 guys. They broke their necks on doing that.
Oh, boy. Can't get that one to go.
Jim and I were tight. I was 3 years older than him. Oh, I was almost a great pass.
Good hands by Juneman.
There you go.
Following that up is Abby Johnson.
Abby Johnson's played very well.
Now the only question is, will Minnesota reach triple figures?
That's a good question.
And the way they've been scoring, I'd put my money on it. And
Foul is on Johnson. That's her second. She's playing with 7 points. Good player. I think she had a game this year, Coach, and you can respond to this, in the playoffs where she had like 29 points and 20-some rebounds or something.
I was at that game.
You were there.
Crazy
so
in a good way. She was relentless.
That's phenomenal. And you could just tell by her demeanor on the court. She just is a hustler. If you hustle up and down the floor and you play defense, guess what? You're a success. I wish I could have done one of the two. Wasn't easy, Coach.
Kind of like Euchre.
Oh, pick and roll. Look at that. Oh, no.
can't get that one. Hits about every part of the rim. And here comes Juniman again. Tries to kick it back out, but boy, that's Johnson playing relentless defense.
Torrey.
No good. And
there's a block out.
Johnson, yeah. Boy, Juniman with a good deflection block. Thought she might try to let that one fly.
Did too, but she wanted the assist.
Good pass fake and score.
And she got the assist.
Yep.
Juniman is the real deal, boys and girls.
And that was Brooklyn Burt getting the putback on that one. 96-62, 125 here remaining in this contest. It's been a fun one.
It really has. We've seen a lot of talent out there tonight, and all these kids are going to be successes, and I'll guarantee you they're all going to be success in school.
Whatever they do.
Yeah, whatever they want to do, they're going to be great at it.
Lily Smith. No good, but what a rebound. Up
wow.
And, boy, couldn't get it to go. That was Isabella Anderson.
Golly.
Minute 8 to go, 96-62. The odds, I'm going to call Vegas real quick. I think the odds are yes, they're going to reach over 100.
Yep, 2 more buckets, it'll happen. Tried to look for a back door.
That's good defense right there. She anticipated that pivot move, didn't she, Coach?
And she thought ahead.
Wow, that was nice. 53.2 to go.
They're going to reverse that call. It's going to stay with Team Wisconsin.
Steve, I called my bookie and I put $1 million of your money on it, so you better hope they go over.
O'Keefe gets it to go.
You knew that was going to happen sooner or later.
Boy, that one's from deep. No good. Team Wisconsin's going to go on the run here. And O'Keefe will try back-to-back. Oh, I was going to say she's going to start heating it up.
Boy, it looked good, didn't it?
Yeah, she had a good look at it. Oh, there's that quickness we've talked about with O'Keefe. Another three-point attempt, no good, but good rebound there. Boy, solid down low. Raina Welch, you've been talking a lot about her, Coach.
I'm impressed with her.
For good reason.
She impresses the heck out of me. She's a great post player.
I apologize, Steve, but you lost your $1 million.
Yeah.
His money. Sorry about that.
Steve, where'd you go?
Yeah, right.
96-64. Well, they haven't come up to talk to us, but I'm pretty much sold on a particular individual being the MVP. What do you think?
Before we get to that, we got one more shout-out I want to get out there from Miss Irwin, and it says, "Go Brandy."
There you go. And they haven't come up to see us yet. Maybe they still will. Maybe they don't know we're up here because we were half court. 96-64 is our final score. And
I got Juniman on my MVP card.
Me too. Me too, Coach. What do you think? It's kind of anonymous and unanimous at the same time.
Well, we'll see what the other voters had in mind here. As they will announce that here shortly, and they have a gigantic ball, like a metal bronze ball that they give to the MVP.
And this, I wish we could make out the PA guy a little better up here.
There it is.
Yeah, we kind of knew that, didn't we? Yep. Reagan Juneman. She deserved it. She had a grand total tonight of, I think, 27, which is we're not sure. And there she is at mid-court with her award. That's a great deal. What a great player she is.
Well, we got maybe a guest behind us.
Yes, I know. We got a guest.
I'd rather go down below.